No. Let's see what they have. Oh, no, no, no. I think you all know. Ah, the hag. The shape. That's actually Michael. But we're not going to talk about that. The trapper. The wraith. The help. The doctor's in. The cannibal. I think that is actually, Michael Myers. Not Michael Myers, but Leatherface the clown. The pig. The nightmare. The huntress. Is that a bunny? Here's a knife. This one's one of the more friendly looking ones to me. He's a depressed clown. Oh Jesus, what noise? The pig. Saw chapter. Oh, Jigsaw's baptism. I've never heard of our hangman's trip. Teachable of the paper. The wraith. Doesn't look too creepy, but if I saw him in real life, I'd crap myself. The Wax Warlock. It's kind of a dorky sounding name, don't you guys think? Man, I didn't mean to do this. Okay. This is the only character I'm reading his story. Got some gigantic hands, Lord Jesus. Some humans are simply bad seeds. Seeds infused with a distilled and pure form of evil. Michael Myers is one of those seeds. He had no issues with causing the pain of others instead. It was exactly what he sought. But even life can be tough on those with minds filled with terror. The difference is just how one goes about to solve those problems. Life, the police found a silent boy dressed as a clown at the scene. When one stumbles upon a growing fire, one does not pour gasoline on it. But this was an action taken by officials that had no idea how it would shape this demon in the boy's body. Sending Michael into a mental institution was a feeble attempt to save the child. Unsuccessful therapy and nightly screams just made him even more introvert and deranged. People hoped that Michael Myers would end up a parenthesis, soon to be forgotten and buried, a failure that soon were to rot away. But then he escaped. I really want to buy Michael. And we've got my mom's credit card number, but she ain't gonna let me, so. Dying Light, teachable the shepherd. How do I? Oh, you're so beautiful. Yes. What the? What the? What the? She ugly. She's her mama's. Her to guess son. I gotta help believe. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna read this. As soon as Anna was able to walk, her mother started teaching her how to survive a harsh, solitary life in the northern woods. Living in such an extreme, remote, and dangerous area required skill and resilience. When sunlight became too dim for productive activities, they would take refuge in their house, a sturdy old cabin constructed to resist the toughest winters. Close to the hearth's warmth, Anna would rest in her mother's arms, surrounded by the few wooden toys and mags she had crafted for her. Drifting off to sleep with stories and lullabies, she dreamt happy dreams, ignorant of the events that would soon change everything. Anna and her mother were stalking a great elk through the woods. They knew it was dangerous prey, but it had a particularly difficult. It had been a particularly difficult winter, and they were almost out of food. The specter of starvation frightened them more than any forest creature. Without warning, the elk reared. Hold on, I lost my spot. The elk reared, bellowed, and charged at Anna. She was paralyzed with fear as the whole world seemed to shake under the immense beast's pounding hooves. The elk was close enough for Anna to see the murderous fury in its eyes when her mother threw herself in its path, axe in hand. A blood-curdling scream escaped from her mother's lips as the elk impaled her upon its antlers and hoisted her into the air. With all her strength, she brought her axe down on its head again and again while it tried to shake her loose. With a sickening crack, the antlers snapped and Anna's mother was free. The beast collapsed. Anna was too small to move her mother's broken body, so she sat with her in the clearing where she had fallen to distract her from the dying elk's cries. Anna's mother held her and hummed her favorite lullaby. They stayed like that, the huntress and the elk getting quieter and colder, until Anna was alone in the silent forest Eventually she stood up and started the long walk back home. Still a child, she knew just enough about life in the frozen forest to survive. She followed her instincts and became one with the wild. She got older and stronger and practiced her hunt. As she grew into a dangerous predator, her humanity became a half-remembered dream. She widened her territory and lived off her hunts. She worked her way up through squirrels and hares and mink and foxes. Eventually she grew tired of them and hunted more dangerous animals like wolves and bears. When unsuspecting humans, unlucky souls who strayed into her territory, were slaughtered like any other animal. She liked to collect their tools and colorful garments, and especially toys when there were little ones. But she could never bring herself to kill the little girls. Girls she would take back to her house. Deep in the woods they were precious, and looking at them woke up something deep in her heart. She craved the closeness of a loved one, a child of her own. Among the pillaged wooden toys, dolls, and storybooks she couldn't read, the girls would be tied by the neck with a rough chaffling rope fastened firmly on the wall. She couldn't let them wander off, or they would surely die outside. Every time the girls would waste away and die of cold or starvation or sickness. Every time it plunged Anna deeper into pain and sorrow and madness. God, this story's dark. She was compelled to try again and started raiding the nearest villages to slaughter families and kidnap their daughters. She wore one of the animal masks her mother crafted for her so many years earlier to try to calm the frightened children. The villagers spread the legend of a half-beast lurking in the red forest, the hunters who killed men and ate little girls. War eventually came to the forest. German soldiers began to pass through on the march to attack the collapsing Russian Empire. During these dark times, there were no more travelers. The villagers had abandoned their homes, and no more little ones to be found, only soldiers. Many of them were found with violent axe wounds. Whole groups disappeared mysteriously. Once the war was over, the rumors of the hunters disappeared with it, engulfed by the red forest. Holy Jesus! That's a dark story right there. Lord Almighty! Holy Christ. Okay, I guess we need to get to the game, and I guess if somebody has the hunters, I'm gonna correct myself quite literally. I'm just gonna, play as killer for the rest of my life. Scorching summer barbecue ends in 2 days. Frosty margaritas. Bomb. Even Macmillan idolized Evan Macmillan, heir to a great fortune. It was the way he ran the estate, raised under his firm hand. Evan had taken to running the workforce with an iron hand. Production was always high, and the Macmillan estate prospered under father and son as Archie Macmillan's mental health slowly disintegrated. Evan protected him from the herd who wanted a piece of the fortune no matter what his father asked of him. Evan would do. When Archie Macmillan finally snapped, Evan became his enforcer in what would become known as the worst mass murder in modern history. They never proved that Evan led over 100 men into those worst mass dark tunnels before detonating the explosives and sealing them to their fate. The tale of the Macmillan estate is a tale of wealth and power gone very wrong. How many victims fell to the hands of father and son is unknown. No record is ever made of what became of Evan Macmillan. His father is another unsolved puzzle found in the basement of his own warehouse, dead and abandoned. Holy crap, he's got some dark stories of his own, don't he? I guess everybody does, don't they? Everybody in this game does, do they? Boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I serve sandwiches along with Are you ready? People are better than I, most likely. Match that. Chew on my bub. So cool. M9814. Shad. Sir Stroll. Get ready. You're about to die. Most likely not, because it's me. I'm falling. Now I'm a Hey, turtle. He ugly. He's daddy's son. Ooh. He very ugly. They about to die. Are you going to die? I hear you. I just can't. I can't hear Jack. I wish I could hear their heartbeat when I get close to them. Backwater swamp. Come out, wherever you. Oh, was this yours? Oh, I'm sorry. What the f... Man, I stepped in the bear trap. Let's go check. Did he step on my bear trap? I think I'm bad at this game. Well, no duh. But swear to God, I hear some retard screaming. Oh, nobody did. Oh, that was dumb. Oh, we're gonna play this game. just wanted to kill some people. Okay, guys. So that'll be a good ending point for this stream. I will see you guys in another broadcast. And I'll definitely be doing more of this. I actually really like this. But yeah, if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a comment, a like, and make sure if you have not already, subscribe to me. And goodbye.